How's it going, y'all? Today I'm going to show you how to make my family's favorite potato salad ever. This is basil potato salad. We've been making it since my kids were little, and most of y'all know by now my kids are in their 20s, mid-20s, and this is just fabulous and it's so easy. So let's get started and I'll show you how to make it. This is a quarter cup or 60 ml of freshly squeezed lemon juice. That took about 2 lemons, but mine were really juicy and pretty large, so it might take a little more than that. And then I'm also adding to that a tablespoon of Dijon mustard. You could also use like a whole grain mustard if you'd prefer. And also about 3 cloves of garlic. I do anywhere between 2 to 3 cloves of finely minced garlic. And a teaspoon of kosher salt, a half a teaspoon of freshly ground black pepper. And I'll just whisk that really quick. And I'm going to stream in slowly really good extra virgin olive oil. This is 2/3 cup of olive oil, and that is 180 ml. And I'm streaming this in slowly so everything comes together and gets emulsified, and it almost becomes creamy. So without the use of any kind of mayonnaise or anything like that. That's one of the reasons I love this salad. You can actually serve it warm, like almost like a German potato salad. Plus, if you can see on the side, there's bacon in it, and you know, everything with bacon is better. So I'll show you while I'm whisking this how I do my bacon. This is how I like to do my bacon. I bake it in the oven at 400 degrees on a parchment lined baking sheet. I've tried so many different other ways and I found this to be the easiest way. This is really thick cut bacon. It's actually butcher's cut. Normally I would say get thick cut, but for whatever reason I got the butcher's cut. It's fine. It doesn't matter, but be careful because we actually had the fire department at my mom and dad's house on Easter. I was basically catering our entire Easter brunch, and we had to call the fire department because my mom and dad's oven locked up and we couldn't get the bacon out while it was baking, and there was smoke everywhere. And needless to say, we had no bacon for Easter brunch, but at least everybody was okay. And that's a story we'll be telling for years probably. So we're going to get this into the oven, like I said, at 400 degrees. Sometimes it takes like 20 minutes only. Sometimes it takes longer depending on the thickness. This is going to take longer for sure. Okay, when the bacon was done cooking and nice and crisp, it took about 25 to 30 minutes. I just let it cool and let it drain on a paper towel and then cut it up into little bits. And meanwhile, I failed to get a video of this, but y'all know how to boil stuff. I took 2 pounds of baby Yukon Gold potatoes. I put them in a pot with some cold water to cover, and I just let them boil until fork tender. And now I have drained them, but they are still really hot, like straight from the pan or the pot. So I'm going to put these on my cutting board, use some tongs because they are really hot. And I'm going to cut up the bigger ones just so they're more of a bite size than, you know, too much of a mouthful. And you leave the skins right on. The skins are so thin anyway on Yukon Golds that there's no need to worry about peeling them or anything. All right, so now we'll just add these really hot potatoes to the vinaigrette, and adding them hot like that lets them just soak up all that flavor even more. But like I said, you can serve this salad hot or warm like a German potato salad, or you can serve it at room temperature, which is how we used to serve it, or you can serve it cold. It doesn't matter. It's just so versatile and it is so flavorful. So now I'm going to add in the Parmesan cheese. This is 4 ounces of Parmigiano Reggiano that I freshly grated. And I'm also adding my chopped basil. Now, when I was looking at my recipe, I thought it said a quarter cup of chopped fresh basil, and it actually said 3/4 cup. So this looks like, and it is, only a quarter cup of chopped fresh basil. So please note that the recipe actually calls for 3/4 cup. And that is a lot because this is basil potato salad after all. And you really need that fresh basil in a large amount. If you were using dried basil, it'd be totally different amounts, but please try to get fresh for this because it does make a difference. But this is all there is to it, you guys. The salad is done. You can adjust for seasonings with more salt and pepper as you'd like, but that's all there is to it. And if you want to make it vegetarian, just leave out the bacon. If you want to make it vegan, you could actually leave out, of course, the bacon and also the cheese, and maybe substitute the cheese with nutritional yeast. Enjoy.